All right. My daughter is type 1 diabetic and suffers constant nausea. She has to eat because she's on an insulin pump, but can't because she's always nauseated. I wonder if she has gastroparesis. Is there any advice for her at all?
All right. So Eric's saying that you've been to the doctors. There's no answers.
Yeah.
Like you can't figure out what is going on with this burning.
Sometimes Reglan, which is good for, and other things like that, for gastroparesis will help nausea in those who are diabetic. So
That it goes along with the, so there's organs that aren't working optimally.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember what the question is, but I'm listening to Erik, and he's
Okay.
saying that there is this feeling that the stomach is always empty, and there's this burning of hunger pain.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Protein. So I don't know what the diet situation is, but he's talking about a protein supplement.
Okay.
Like high protein. Like I don't know if it's in a drink or if it's in it's some sort of form, but there's a protein absorption problem.
Okay.
Think about that.
So she should have these drinks with more protein or avoid them because they
There needs to nope, she needs more protein.
Okay.
And probiotics. There's the membrane and the layer of her stomach.
Yeah.
There's like holes in it. Like not major.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about, but it's almost like sort of like the leaky gut, but into the stomach lining.
Okay. Interesting. Will there ever be a cure for type 1 diabetes? This is the second part of that question.
Not in our lifetime.
Oh boy. What's
same with cancer?
Huh? Hey, yeah.
Same with cancer, not in our lifetime.
What specifically are foods that maintain good gut health? That's true, because you were talking about, guys, how you can get probiotics from the stuff you eat. So that could be one example of where can we get that and what other foods would be great for maintaining gut health.
So there's extra virgin coconut oil. Taking like a teaspoon of that in the morning.
Extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil?
Coconut oil.
Okay.
It has to be the thick stuff at room temperature. At
cold pressed, maybe.
Yeah, it's solid.
Okay.
And then it gets liquid when it's.
Oh yeah, I have some of that. Yeah.
And then there's like so they're talking about vinegar again.
Okay.
So anything that's pickled. Vinegar is apple cider, but you throw a shot of apple cider vinegar in your drink every morning, whatever, coffee or water or smoothie or anything like that. That's going to help. There's this misconception that it's the what do they call it, the bicarbonate that helps
what about
your stomach.
That? Yeah,
but that's not true. You need the vinegar, the pH, the lower pH, in order to help your stomach come into balance.
Interesting.
So anything that's pickled, and start with, if you're going to go on vegetables and want to eat healthy, start with foods that are soft and boiled.
Okay.
Like soups.
Yeah.
Or just throw a bunch of them in a pan and make sure they're soft, because our digestive system has a hard time digesting the hard stuff before it's broken down. Oh, and soak your almonds before you eat them.
Wait, soak
your almonds or nuts.
Almonds.
If you're gonna eat nuts, soak them before you eat them. That's news to me, because I've always eaten raw nuts.
Yeah.
So there's ways. I guess you can Google tube this information.
Oh
to
yeah.
find out what foods, but and what form they should be in to be easily digestible. When you're switching your diet, it's important to keep that in mind. Like there are certain, like you shouldn't mix certain fruits and vegetables at the same time because it'll create lots of gas in your stomach and make you
Oh yeah.
uncomfortable.
That's so
Um,
complicated. Seems like we
so
should be able
soft
to
foods
follow
are
our gut,
important.
so to speak. I feel like eating this or that or whatever. And I don't want any of that other stuff in it. But we use our brain too much
And
sometimes.
pay attention to your body too if it's telling you that.
I know.
Yeah, well, although we do get cravings, cravings are different.
Yeah.
Cravings can tell us what our body is needing, but in the bad form.
Oh, sometimes bad, sometimes good, right?
Exactly, because we do need sugar for brain development,
Oh yeah, of
and that's
course.
why kids who are raised they're not going to have a drop of sugar. They need sugar for brain development.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't need to eat
Yeah,
gummy bears every day, but they need sugar
no. But yeah, but
in the natural form.
exactly. Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Okay, achalasia, it's a motility disorder of the esophagus. What causes
Okay.
that? And also irritable bowel syndrome. Like what causes you might
These
have
are these are
irritable.
also there's a mind body connection.
Oh, I love that.
The mind body connection. So I think that the biggest disservice that we've done in the medical system is not combining mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's definitely a mind body connection. And also the pain and discomfort we feel, we need to have a different relationship with that.
Yeah. What do you mean? How?
So we're talking about the spirit and the mind as well when it
Mm.
comes to discomfort and fear. And our minds are more powerful than we think over our bodies.
Oh yeah.
And our guts take the brunt of this because our gut instinct is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all should read Mind Over Medicine. It's really good. And it talks about a lot of this, like biology, belief kind of stuff, Bruce Lipton kind of stuff, etc. So what about achalasia and other motility disorders and irritable bowel syndrome? Is that like metaphysically is like the person that is stuck, for example? I'm just making that up. Like I figure constipation, you're stuck. But or what is the spiritual?
This is yes, yes, and no. It's the Holy Trinity, mind, body, spirit.
Oh yeah.
So yes, it's all. It can be one or all. It
Okay.
depends on the person.
Yeah.
But the he's saying the gut biome is so important in all of this
Yeah.
motility because of the three brains. He's bringing us back to the three brains
Right.
where our brains are connected to our spinal cord, which connects to our muscles and our nerves and all that stuff. And
And the hip bone's connected to the thigh bone, and thigh bone's connected to the neck
exactly
bone.
it.
Oh,
And so
I'll stop.
it's like I'm like, well, what do you say about the heart and the gut? But he's like, they're all intertwined.
Yeah.
So our heart can be broken and we have no boundaries, yet IBS means we can't hold on to anything, that our boundaries are so wide open that we let
Yeah.
too much go.
Okay.
Or yeah.
Go ahead.
Or with gastroparesis, that we allow too much in but don't let it go.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's interesting.
That's
So there's
deep.
this thing called pancreatic um devisum. It's a congenital defect of the pancreas. I've never seen a case. It occurs when two parts of an embryo's pancreas do not fuse to form one main pancreatic duct, leaving the main pancreatic duct to drain through a smaller opening, the minor papilla. And it very commonly causes recurrent acute um, pancreatitis. Now, so this person wants to know, would being vegan help or LDN, or I mean, whatever you want to say about this unusual condition, please do.
This is a very complex issue.
Yeah.
And so here's where, you know, where we come into this physical body where it's not always compatible with
Yeah.
the physical human.
Yeah.
And that happens, but it's okay. And it's okay to not be okay and to be okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's different and it's unusual, and doctors don't always know how to treat it and or to how to make it better. But the biggest way to make it better is to be okay with it,
Yeah.
and it
Surrender.
will fall into place.
Wow.
That's the mind, body, spirit aspect of it.
Problem is that you get a little higher incidence of adenocarcinoma of the pancreas with this too. One of
Yeah.
the surgical approaches. But anyway, my doctor brain is going crazy, but I'll look at it later. All right. Is drinking kombucha a healthy way to increase daily probiotics, or is it just all a fad?
Here's where I got to get out of my brain. There are things that are put on this planet for certain purposes, and we overindulge in them. Overindulgent is never good with anything.
Right, right. So overdoing
That's your
kombucha is
answer.
not good.
It's not the answer.
Well, what is besides fecal transplants or the scalar microbiome service? No.
Mind, body, spirit. What is the answer? If we knew the answer, we'd be dead.
Well, that doesn't sound fun at all.
We're not meant to. That's why we're
No,
here. That's why we're
no.
going through this process.
We have to suffer.
God, wouldn't
We have
it
to
be nice
suffer.
if we did?
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be
no,
nice if you could tell us everything?
no, no. Does the solar plexus chakra have any key in the healing of leaky gut syndrome?
We just talked about that, I guess.
You want to add anything else, Erik?
Solar plexus is the important part of the healing journey of the physical realm, of the balancing of our chakras to come into balance. We can come into balance in our spiritual selves, but our body is lacking
Yeah,
because we underestimate the power of the lower three chakras, which are very important. We're always working on, but the solar plexus is the hub of the chakras in this physical existence.
yeah. You know, when I do the microbiome optimization, Erik always has me go so long on the frequencies in the scalar field that are around the solar plexus area. So must be something to do. A lot of people get a sphincter of Oddi that spasms shut and causes a backup of bile. What will stop that? Does Erik know of a homeopathic way to relax the sphincter? My sister drinks a pint of
Oh,
every so often.
okay. So
That stop the paralysis.
he's showing me, oh shoot, what's it called? Tell me. Are you showing me the bottle? Um, it's the laxative in the fluid
Oh, like
form.
oh yeah, uh, mineral oil.
No,
Oh,
um,
citric.
it's
Whatever.
not no. It's they used to drink it to induce labor.
Ipecac.
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're talking about soaks that go over your epigastric area. You soak it with a towel and then put heat over it.
Okay.
Oh, he's showing me the bottle and I can't think of the name of
Is it
it.
a stimulant kind of laxative
It's a
or is it
stimulant laxative,
oh God, I
and
know. Dulcolax?
no, it's the
Okay.
older kind.
Oh, oh, stimulant
Um,
laxatives. Let me see what it is. Miralax.
uh,
Oh, Phillips. Oh, nickel magnesia.
no, it'll come.
X-lax. Okay. What is that? We're missing something. I don't know.
Yeah. I think everybody will know what that is. But it's
Totally, this is not it. Okay. All right, we'll figure it out.
I might even have it.
Now, this one lady, the sister who has this, drinks a pint of cream every so often. Might that help?
Cream?
Cream, yeah. I love cream.
For what?
For the sphincter of Odi spasms.
Okay, well, that'll do it because
Oh, good.
cream will definitely get you
We have
going.
fleets. Is it oral or rectal? Like a fleets
The
animal.
cream?
No. The thing we're thinking of. Fleets, that's rectal.
Oh, no, I'm talking about a soak. It's a,
Oh, well, I don't know.
I can tell you right now because
Epsom
I guess
salt.
it's right in my bathroom.
Okay. We're gonna get a house tour in the dark.
Yeah, don't look. I haven't been home for days because Maddie's been in the hospital, but
No.
So the cream thing is interesting. I kind of want to dive into that because I'm not exactly sure what they mean by drinking cream to help with the
spasm.
So I'm asking Erik about that because I'm like, what is with the cream?
Yeah, what is it?
So is this to get you to poop?
No, it's to open up the sphincter of Odi so that the bile can flow through.
Okay.
It's not the rectal sphincter. We're talking about the Odi, the sphincter of Odi. Let's see if we can find a picture of that.
Okay. I guess if you the thing is that if it works for you, it probably won't work for somebody else. But it's also that mind over matter thing that if it works for you, why fix something if it's not broken?
Yeah. So the sphincter of Odi, just to let everybody know, it's best if I just read it instead of, is the muscular
castor
valve.
oil. Castor oil.
Castor oil, okay. Is the muscular valve surrounding the exit of the bile duct and the pancreatic duct into the duodenum. The sphincter normally is closed, opening only in response to a meal so that digestive juices can enter the duodenum and mix with foods for digestion. And people do have SOD, sphincter of Odi dysfunction. So I've never seen that, but it must not be very common.
Yeah.
All right. So another one. What can I do to keep my bowels consistent? I eat fruits, fiber, oats, etc., but I have so many problems being consistent. One time I go, the next I can't. I'm so bloated with pressure all the time. Oh, that's awful.
So this is an elimination diet thing, because you're reacting to something, and it's going back to the basics: rice, chicken, and broccoli.
Okay, and then adding,
and then start adding from there.
That makes sense. You know, I had one of my first patients I did the microbiome optimization said her constipation that she's had lifelong went away. So it could be a microbiome thing also.
Yes.
This is interesting. How is anxiety in the gut connected? You know, it's the central nervous system is, I mean, all those neurotransmitters in the gut. It's incredible. And it's related to the hypothalamus and pituitary axis and all that. So in other words, this person says, I get physically ill during panic.
And the vagal nerve.
And
the vagal nerve is,
yes.
The vagal nerve runs from the brain all the way down to our heart and stomach.
Yeah. So
that's the connection right there.
Okay. So the gut is connected, anxiety, it's all related to the, well, I'm sure the microbiome too, since that, but also via the vagus nerve.
Yep.
Okay.
It's out of when those three are out of balance, so is the vagus nerve.
Okay.
Wow, so he's comparing that with constipation and diarrhea too.
Wow.
And blood pressure issues.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The gut dysbiosis, it helps the
that makes total
microbiome
sense.
okay.
The three brains.
Hypertension too. Yeah, the hypertension, anxiety, depression, autism. I mean, it just helps so many things.
Wow.
Autoimmune disease. It's very fascinating. My grandma Kathy had her gallbladder taken out years ago, and ever since then she hasn't been right. One day she's fine, and the next day she feels like she's going to die. Is there anything we could do so that she can have more good days than bad? What do they do, I wonder?
That is not related to the gallbladder removal.
You know, maybe they put her on a bunch of antibiotics and messed up her microbiome.
It has something to do, yeah, it's something different than the it has nothing to do with the gallbladder. It has to do with a shift.
Yeah.
So
Well,
think about mind, body, and spirit.
yeah. But also people who have surgery, they're almost always given a buttload of antibiotics. Hence the Clostridium difficile
Yes.
diarrhea that very many of them.
Yes.
So she might want to just try some probiotics pre and
Yeah.
and see if that works. If not, I can do the microbiome service on her. If you get a hiatal hernia, if you get hiatal hernia surgery and they say you cannot vomit or have flatulence, what do you do as these are normal? Who says that? Body function.
My sister
Is it
had
necessary to
the
take
Nissen bun wrap. Same thing.
Yeah.
So she wasn't supposed to be able to vomit either.
Oh my God. It's really
Very interesting question.
Yeah.
It does have to go somewhere.
Yeah. I mean,
Now,
how will taking that for life affect your body's ability to absorb nutrients and gut health? Oh,
so Eric's saying the body is an
again?
absolutely amazing machine
Yeah.
that is capable of being able to adapt to any situation we put it in.
Wow.
And to be able to normalize itself.
Okay.
But again, the mind, body, spirit connection, our bodies can do it. Can our mind and spirit do it? There's the connection.
Yeah. And it can.
But our bodies can do it.
Interesting.
But it depends on our mind and spirit, our head and our heart.
Yeah.
Where they're at.
Okay. Hello, Elisa. I have to give some back information before I ask my question to Eric. I have had, I wish I knew this person's name. I've had, this is better for like a live. I've had severe pain on and off since I was 21 on my lower left abdomen. A few years back, was meditating and I asked Angel San Gabriel to take out of my body any entity I may have attached. I felt something literally coming up from that area all the way out my throat and mouth. I pray for it to go to the light, but then my pain came back. I had an appointment for colonoscopy a few months ago. The night before, I had a very vivid dream or memory that I was on a metal table inside a chip and a praying mantis, yes, a huge praying mantis, was doing a surgical procedure in that exact area. I woke up from anesthesia. They had me and I saw it. I did not have the chance to panic because as soon as he or she saw me, took another bug-like being to put me to sleep. The colonoscopy came clean. Nothing was found. They did an X-ray, ultrasound scan with ink injected. The doctors couldn't find a cause for the pain. It went away for a while, but has returned. So what's going on? What is this pain about? Is that
right? So this
oh.
experience was part of you experiencing something where this trauma crystallized and where this pain originated. So, but it's hard to accept that something like that could happen, even if it feels like a dream. You bring yourself to that experience, and you're not re-traumatizing yourself. You're just experiencing. You're witnessing it again,
right?
And go through it, and remember that experience, because if you can recall this like you just did in writing, that's not just a dream.
Do you think
so?
The like a mantoid, or what do we call it? I can't remember.
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah, from that
So
insectoid species put an implant there?
If it's part of your healing process, and you know what to do to get rid of it. You got to pay it. You got to allow that sensation to come out, talk to it, allow it to tell you its story and what it needs for healing.
Okay, interesting. Does the stomach act somewhat as a second brain? We know this. How does this and the foods we eat play a part and depressions and depression and other what are considered severe
We
mental
have a relationship with the food we eat.
yeah.
So it's also about changing that relationship
Yeah.
to be a positive one.
Is gut health really the leading cause of viruses in the world? What? I didn't know that.
No,
No.
but
My
gut health
mother's
is the leading cause of fighting it.
yeah. My mother's side of the family is riddled with stomach issues, including diabetes, pancreatic cancer, both my mother and brother. Doctors have told me that I have 3 spots of calcification on my pancreas, turning 65 this weekend. Happy birthday. And have on again, off again digestive issues, including nasty acidic GERD, gastrointestinal reflux disease. Suggestions?
Don't go there. Don't
Yeah,
automatically think that
beware
this
your
is
thoughts. Beware
yeah,
your
your
thoughts.
thoughts are
You don't want
very
to manifest
powerful.
that. Yeah.
Your reality is what you make it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
about breaking the cycle.
the main scalar service, by the way, also we remove bad alien implants, but also in this case, cut ancestral DNA in case that's part of it. All right, what about coffee? Is that a culprit in gut health, Erik? Or can mushroom coffee be an alternative?
It's about it's your relationship with what you are ingesting.
Okay.
Some people can tolerate it, some people can't. If you like it, great. If you love it, great. If you prefer something more natural, great.
Okay. Ugh, mushroom coffee sounds terrible. You want to say anything about irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, and irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, and what?
And that has a lot to do with trauma.
We kind of talked about that already, right?
I don't know. When I channel, sometimes I don't remember what
Oh, I
he says,
know.
but yeah, it has a lot to do with trauma and
Life or
and your
another life.
boundaries being you allow too much of yourself out.
Okay, yeah, we did talk about it. All right, is leaky gut due to stress, chemicals, or both? I'm sure it's also due to diet and a bunch of stuff, cortisol,
There's
antibiotics. It's also it's very
there's so many things involved.
lot. All right, now non-alcoholic, it's called NASH, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That's on the list of things that are caused by
That's the
gut
body fighting
dysbiosis.
itself.
Hmm?
That's the body fighting itself.
Yeah, yeah. So, is there a permanent? What is the role? Does hereditary factor play in? I know this microbiome is big.
So our the genetic history has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Mainly traumas too. A lot is passed along in our DNA, and we are part of the cycle breakers, and it really has to do with how powerful we are in combining mind, body, and spirit and fighting this breaking of the cycle,
Okay.
which is part of this shift that we're going through. And our gut health is very important.
You're right. Should we do colon cleanses regularly to flush out bad toxins?
No, that was
Okay.
a big no, and that surprises me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Wow.
All right. This person says, I'm diabetic and have these bouts of flare ups, which land me in the hospital each time. I will eat something, feel full very fast, sounds like gastroparesis, then throw up and can't stop. The only comfort I get is from the hot bath and sleep. Doctors say I have gastroparesis, but they've never given me the radioactive egg test or gastric emptying test. What's weird is it used to come once to every other month for years, and then I've had no flare-ups since February. What's my problem? So why hasn't she had any flare-ups?
So he wants to talk in general about this and not in particular,
Okay.
because this is a common problem.
Yeah. My younger sister suffered so much from it. Oh gosh.
This is a motility issue. This has
Yeah.
to do with what comes in must go out. how much are we allowing to come in and how much are we allowing to come out?
Yeah.
And we're talking, we're not just talking spiritual stuff here, we're talking physical too. Our bodies are a big representation of where we're at in the healing process.
Yeah.
Now, this is a big one. He says this is something that we really need to pay attention to because this is a big problem.
Take notes, people. He's going to give us a pop quiz.
And there are no easy answers to this, and it's different for everybody. But gastroparesis is a huge issue. And it's the connection between the mind, the three brains. It's this connection that we're trying to make. And there's a gap there. There's this stop point. It's like you got to pay the toll in order to bypass it.
Oh yeah.
What's that toll?
For
Is
people
it something you have to give up that you're eating? Is it something you have to give up in a relationship? Is it something you have to give up as in something you've held on to your whole life?
Yeah.
Is it something that you've held on to that is how you view yourself or your identity? There's something that is stopping you. And it could be anything from what it is you're eating that you love to how you're expressing yourself and what you're holding on to from your past. This is different across the board, but it's the same for everybody. And we have to respect that for everybody it's different, and we can't judge anybody for what they're going through because it's all the same, but it's also different. But where are you stuck in this process?
I think my sister had gastroparesis because she was stuck being with her secondary gain from having diabetes, from being a victim. Couldn't let go of that.
To a disease, yeah.
To disease, yeah. So just for you guys who don't know, this gastroparesis, it's also called delayed gastric emptying. It's a condition that affects the stomach muscles and prevents proper stomach emptying. It, of course, then can affect digestion. It's caused by damage to the nerve that controls stomach muscles. And with diabetes, you have a lot of harm to the nerve, to all the nerves. You get neuropathies, etc. So can be cured. Treatment can help. Lasts for years, or it could be lifelong. So yeah. You do the life-centered therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever worked on something like this?
Yes.
Wow. That would be
purging happens. Purging happens. So it can be like lots of diarrhea or lots of vomiting.
Yeah.
And then afterwards it feels so much better, but there's fear in that.
Oh yeah,
there's
letting
fear
go.
and letting go.
Yeah.
But there's also such a gain there, and there's also such a beautiful transition.
Yeah, absolutely.
And part of the life-centered therapy work is that going through that purge, you lose your trigger to that vomiting or that diarrhea.
Yeah.
And you go through that healing without being afraid of it. And that's the beautiful part of it.
It's beautiful.
So, but that's got to be my last question because I got to go. I got to talk to the hospital now.
Okay, I'm done anyway. I had one more question, but no, that's okay.
Well, you do one more.
Okay. Last one. Have had long-term inflammatory bowel problems. My theory is that it's due to suppression of emotional and physical abuse while growing up, and then dealing with stressful situations when in my 20s. Sarah Harvey is this person.
Okay.
Inflammatory bowel syndrome.
And inflammatory, yes, that has to do with also our bodies fighting itself.
Yeah.
Because our body's feeling like they betrayed us.
Yeah.
So, but your body didn't betray you.
Yeah.
Something else did. So we've got to change our relationship with our bodies.
Yeah, I think life-centered therapy would be good for that too. All right, tell us how we can get in touch with you and then go off to take care of your daughter, baby.
Okay, commongroundhealing.com, Heather Hilton Hartford on Facebook. So you can friend me, but make sure you put in the notes from Channeling Erik because I get a lot of friend requests and I don't add them unless you say from Channeling Erik. And then I'll add you to my private group, Common Ground Cafe, which I go on and do free readings occasionally.
Oh,
So
but you
yeah, and
have
that's
energy exchange, of course.
yeah, yeah.
I love you, Heather. Love you, Eric. I love you
Love
all.
you, love you, Mama.
Bye bye.
Thank you.